How to play in the major leagues. This is the reflection I've been thinking about this week. As I watch the World Cup and I watch so many countries participating and playing against each other, there is this trend that I have noticed that I really feel indicative of how one plays in the major leagues and how others are not used to playing in the major leagues. So, from watching several of the games and me being not really a football person to begin with, so I may not go into the what I have observed, but I'm interested always in the mindset of people who play in those major leagues, right? In the World Cup, as an example. And I have noticed two groups. One group is very used to winning and they find losing very strange, or they don't even accept losing as a possibility, right? Like internally. Of course, in the factual world, there will always be times when they lose, and then there will be times when they win. But in the game, during the game, as they're playing, I've noticed that this is the mindset of the of certain teams where they think, okay, losing is not even possible, or why are we even losing, right? As if to say, this is not normal. Losing is not normal. Therefore, obviously, we're going to do everything to win. This is one team. And the other team is not used to winning all the time and feeling like coming to this major league is already a win, and that's amazing. But also, once they start winning in that environment, they start feeling relaxed and saying, oh, we got this, we won this, and then getting hit by another team and then feeling like, oh my God, how did we even lose? We were not supposed to lose. We were already in the winning and now we're losing, right? And the point that I want to make here is not really whether winning or losing is important. The point that I want to make here is if we are emotionally, internally very free, then no matter what the circumstance currently are, no matter what the scores are, we don't really take them as something to mean that now we're not able to get to the outcome we want to, right? And the people who really feel that inner freedom, inner emotional freedom and confidence, and who are so used to being in the major league, so to say, inside themselves, they approach everything as a game, or approach everything as, of course, this is supposed to be, this is part of how we get to then winning and feeling great about ourselves. Versus the mindset that I think I have been having for a long time, and especially being a humanitarian, I have been having the mindset of, okay, I have survived this. This is already great. I have survived the next thing. This is already a great. Instead of looking at, okay, I'm not here to be just surviving. I'm here to be making this level of impact. And therefore, obviously, all of the circumstances are telling us how challenging it will be, and it's supposed to be challenging. And here's how I can go and make that impact happen anyway. I was reading someone's post recently, and she was saying that, are you reporting the effort or the impact? And I thought it's really a good description of how this happens in practice, that I feel like my mindset has been so much in the surviving and so much in the getting to the next thing and feeling already great that we succeeded to the next thing, that I will never be able to have myself or feel myself in the emotional state where I feel so free to say, oh, this is, of course, how it's going to go. And I'm going to get to the outcome that I want anyway, right? And because you know that I'm very obsessed about freedom, inner freedom, emotional freedom, financial freedom, freedom that allows us to do things just because we like doing this way and not because we have to do it so we survive. And because I'm so obsessed with this inner freedom, I'm always looking at, okay, what is the mindset required for someone to be working on the things that we really care and we really love working on, um, instead of let me survive this thing and let me survive that next thing, and then hopefully I will survive this thing as well, and then feeling like a hero, and then um, relaxing and resting, and then being afraid to go back up again, but then you do all the effort to go back again, and then feeling like, okay, I'm spending too much effort, too much time because I haven't kept this pace of um, being in the new league, the major league, as I'm calling it, where in the major league where people are so stoked that they are solving this, they are going through this, they are solving these challenges, and they're growing and going to the next level, versus those ones who feel like, okay, if I can get through this, then everything will be fine kind of energy, right? So that's the reason why I bring up this World Cup scenarios where I see that two teams or two mindsets, two culture of playing. One is where it's a game where losing that sounds strange because you're so used to winning and so used to solving this type of problem, so used to going to the other side feeling great about because you rather do this than anything else. And then the other team feeling like, okay, we have to get through this, we have to win this, everything is at stake, and then being there, and then once they get ahead and then the other team beats them, and then you just feel so puzzled and lost as to what to do next because you didn't expect that, right? So, bringing this to my own example and my own journey, this is what I'm currently training myself in case this is interesting, especially as I keep building the $1 million journey, $1 million impact, as I keep talking about it, right? So, one of the things that I am challenging myself to play in the major league of my own inner system, obviously, right? I'm not playing against anyone, obviously, and I'm not competing with anyone. I don't believe in competition. I don't believe in, I don't know, beating someone and winning someone, or I don't believe in any of those. But I am taking these football examples as a way to show to my own brain as to how I can play inside my own major league where I no longer stay in that mindset that I described to you, where I get to something and survive something. And then once I survive, then everything is okay. Let me now go to the next thing. I don't want to be in that space to be doing this work because I want to achieve the ultimate inner freedom. I want to achieve the ultimate inner freedom where I don't depend on the system. I don't depend on money. I don't depend on other people's judgments. I don't depend on my success. I don't depend on my failures, right? And I don't use any of those as a way to say, oh my God, I didn't uh, get the thing I wanted. So now I'm failed and I'm miserable, and then spending a lot of time staying there. I don't want to do that anymore. So therefore, the way that I want to play in my major league inside my own brain is to say, okay, if I'm going for the ultimate freedom, ultimate inner freedom, that allows me to do the work that I really love and that allows me to solve problems at the highest level and continue solving them at the highest level, then what are the ways that I can challenge myself to show that I am actually, in fact, playing the major league? And the way that I'm showing it is I'm challenging myself. Okay, I would like to get 1,000 people to my transitioning humanitarians community now. As you have seen that I have offered individual plus group coaching combo where we'll be solving every problem in the community, and I would like to do that. And in order to get 1,000 people into my group, even though I may not be able to do that, and I'm open to failing and all of this because it's part of reinforcing and training my inner freedom, not to be dependent on the success, not to be dependent on the money, not to be dependent on other people saying yes or no, right? And if I'm going to do that, then I would like to go big. And also, I would like to train and resolve my inner problems so that I keep going towards that goal, whether I hit it or not. Right. And in order to do that, I have come up with a lot of different ideas and different bold moves that I will be taking, and you will see me as I do that. But also that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't challenge myself and if I didn't think big in terms of, okay, I would like to achieve that inner freedom, inner stability where I'm no longer surviving from one thing to another, but I'm proactively wanting to challenge myself to get good at solving those things, to get good at not depending on the circumstances, and what are the ways that I can challenge myself to get myself out of this same old, same old. And I feel like I've been in the same old and same old for some time. So this is what my way of shaking myself up and getting myself out of my comfort zone, right? And in order to do that, I also want to give so much value and so much useful support to my people in the most useful ways possible so that they get so much out of it and they feel supported in their journey of going to the next level. So as part of this journey, I'm doing a lot of guest speaking where I will be speaking to some people and getting them on board. I will be also doing marathons. I have a lot of great ideas of how to do and what kind of marathons. I'm just starting with the emotional freedom marathon, where we will really look at what are the emotions that are stopping us from being emotionally free. And I will be doing a lot more other activities, and you will see that. So that is my way of playing inside my own major league so I can have that inner freedom, that emotional freedom that says, I have no problem solving any of these and getting to the impact I want to. And I don't want to be anymore just surviving from one thing to another. So if you would like to be part of this journey, join my marathons and also join my transitioning humanitarians community. And we are meeting every Thursday, and I can't wait to um, meet you and see your journey and how I can support you in that journey as best as I can. Have a beautiful week, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.